Why are there people who do so little, yet have more than enough, while others work their entire lives and still struggle? That question didn't need an immediate answer, because it opened a doorway that led me into a higher realm of awareness, where I came to understand money is not material, it is energy. And when you truly grasp that money is energy, every outdated definition you once believed begins to collapse. Money doesn't come from the work you do, it comes from who you are when you do it. It doesn't respond to the efforts you showcase on the outside, but to the frequency you silently emit from within. Money doesn't listen to the words you say, but it understands clearly the vibration you're living in. I want you to imagine this. If life is a piece of music, then money is a note that only resonates when you truly harmonize with the melody of abundance. It doesn't chase you. It doesn't hide from you. It is simply seeking someone who knows how to tune in. And if you're here reading these words, then perhaps, just as I once did, you are beginning to remember something ancient that your soul has always known, that prosperity is not a goal to achieve, but a state that has always existed within you. Like a flower doesn't need to learn how to bloom, because blooming is its nature. You don't need to learn how to become wealthy. You only need to remember your inherent nature of abundance. And I want to tell you the first story, a story about Eleanor, a woman who sold herbs in a bustling market long ago. Every morning she would carefully count the coins she earned, believing that wealth was as certain as the metal pieces in her hands. Until one morning, a mysterious traveler appeared and said, "I don't sell anything you can touch, but I sell everything you can imagine." That sentence struck Eleanor's consciousness like lightning. She began to see the coins in her hands no longer as tangible things, but as vessels containing an invisible current of energy. From that day on, her small shop didn't change in physical form, but within her, everything transformed. Her mind no longer fixated on lack, but began to resonate with abundance. And then, without extra effort, more customers came and money flowed in as naturally as water, simply because she no longer lived in the vibration of scarcity. You know, I was once like Harold, a humble mailman with a modest salary. He had nothing you'd call wealth if you looked at his bank account. But in his soul, Harold lived as someone who already had enough. He saw richness in the morning sunlight, in children's laughter, in the soft breeze brushing past as he walked down the street. Then one day he received an unexpected inheritance. But for Harold, it was merely the material manifestation of something he had long felt in his spirit. And those around him noticed Harold didn't change after acquiring money, because he already carried the energy of wealth before the physical arrived. I'm telling you these stories not to urge you to copy their actions, but to remind you of this. Money doesn't respond to effort. Money responds to frequency. It doesn't hear you say, "I need money," but it hears you loud and clear when your heart vibrates with the state of, "I am ready to receive." That is why the first thing I do every morning is not to check emails or list tasks, but to spend a few minutes in silence, close my eyes, and visualize money, not as paper or digits, but as a stream of golden light flowing toward me, gently, naturally, without force. I don't pull it. I don't chase it. I simply open myself so that it may return. And when you practice this every day, not to perform magic, but to recalibrate your living frequency, you'll begin to sense something miraculous. You'll no longer feel stressed thinking about money. You'll stop shrinking inside every time you spend. You'll no longer envy the wealthy or feel ashamed of your financial state. Instead, you'll feel money coming to you in its own way, in harmony with the universe, because you've aligned yourself with it. I want you to try. Dedicate one morning, just a few minutes, find a quiet space, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and visualize streams of golden light flowing toward you. No doubtful voices, no "is this even real" questions. Just breathe and feel as if that energy has always been flowing toward you, only waiting for you to open your heart to receive. Hold on to that image in your heart until your entire body feels expansive, like a natural conduit of prosperity, because